Have you ever wondered what makes a car a legend, not just a classic, but a true, timeless icon? Today, we're talking about one such machine, a car that, for nearly 6 decades, has defined what a sports car should be. We're talking about the original Porsche 911. Why, after all these years, is it still considered perfect? Let's dive in. Picture this, it's 1964. The world is changing, music is evolving, and on a stage in Frankfurt, a car is unveiled that would change the automotive world forever. This wasn't just another car, it was the Porsche 911. At first glance, its design is deceptively simple. Those iconic round headlights, the sloping roofline, the wide rear hips. It's a shape you can recognize from a mile away. Ferdinand Butzi of Porsche, the designer, didn't just create a car, he sculpted an identity. This shape wasn't just for looks, it was pure function. It was aerodynamic, compact, and it set the template for every single 911 that would follow. Think about it, how many other cars have kept their core design language so consistent for so long? It's a testament to getting it right the first time. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter, literally. The engine, placed in the rear behind the back axle. In the 1960s, this was a quirky, almost rebellious choice. Most sports cars had their engines up front, but Porsche stuck to their guns, refining the rear engine layout that started with the Beetle and the 356. What did this mean for the driving experience? It meant everything. The original 911 came with a 2-liter air-cooled flat-six engine, air-cooled, no radiator, no complex water pumps, just the rush of air over those finned cylinders, creating a sound that is pure mechanical music. That distinctive metallic rasp of a classic air-cooled 911 is something every car enthusiast needs to experience. It's a raw, unfiltered symphony that connects you directly to the machine. The initial models produced around 130 horsepower. Now, that might not sound like much by today's standards, where family sedans have double that, but in a car that weighed next to nothing, it was electrifying. This brings us to the driving dynamics. The rear engine layout gives the 911 its unique character. With most of the weight over the rear wheels, you get incredible traction when you accelerate. The car just squats and goes, but it also presents a challenge. In the corners, if you're not smooth, that weight can swing around like a pendulum. This is what people talk about when they mention the 911's tricky handling. But here's the secret, it wasn't a flaw, it was a feature. It demanded respect, it demanded skill, taming an early 911, learning how to use that weight transfer to your advantage, to pivot the car through a corner. That was the reward, it made you a better driver. It wasn't a car that you just drove, it was a car you partnered with, a true driver's car in every sense of the word. Step inside and the philosophy of form follows function continues. The cockpit is minimalist and driver-focused. You're greeted by a big central tachometer right in your line of sight. Porsche was sending a clear message. The engine's revs are the most important piece of information. The speedometer and other gauges are secondary. The driving position is low, long, and perfect. The thin, rimmed steering wheel feels delicate but gives you so much feedback from the road. You feel every bump, every change in the surface. There are no screens, no driver aids, no distractions. It's just you, the car, and the road. It's an intimate, immersive experience that's almost impossible to find in a modern vehicle. And let's not forget the practicality. For a high-performance sports car, the 911 was surprisingly usable. It had a small front trunk and 2 tiny rear seats, often called +2 seating. Were they comfortable for adults on a long trip? Absolutely not. But for kids, or for throwing a couple of bags in the back, they made the 911 a car you could genuinely live with every day. You could drive it to the track, set a blistering lap time, and then drive it home. This duality is a huge part of its enduring appeal. Over the years, the original 911 evolved. We saw the introduction of the more powerful 911s, the Targa with its removable roof panel, and eventually the legendary Carrera RS2. 7. The RS with its iconic ducktail spoiler was a homologation special, a road car built so Porsche could go racing. It was lighter, more powerful, and even more focused. It is, for many, the pinnacle of the original 911 series and a holy grail for collectors today. Each evolution stayed true to the original concept while pushing the boundaries of performance. So why do we call it perfect? Because it's a perfect blend of contradictions. It's beautiful yet functional. It's challenging yet rewarding. It's a race car for the road that you could still take to the grocery store. It's mechanically simple but dynamically complex. The original 911 wasn't engineered by a committee to appeal to the widest possible audience. It was engineered with a singular vision: to be the best possible sports car. It forces you to be engaged, to pay attention, to learn. Driving one isn't a passive experience, it's an event. Today, the legacy of the original 911 is stronger than ever. It's the foundation upon which every subsequent generation has been built. Even in the latest water-cooled, tech-filled 911, you can still see and feel the DNA of that first car from 1964. The shape is there, the rear engine layout is there, and most importantly, the driver-focused philosophy is still there. The original Porsche 911 is more than just a car. It's a masterclass in design and engineering. It's a cultural icon that represents an era of raw, analog performance. It's a car that doesn't just get you from point A to point B. It makes you feel alive on the journey. And that, right there, is the very definition of perfection. It's not about having the most horsepower or the fastest 0 to 60 time. It's about the feeling, the sound, the connection. It's an experience that, even today, remains unmatched. So, the next time you see one of these beautiful machines cruising down the road, you'll know. You're not just looking at an old car. You're looking at a legend. You're looking at perfection. Thanks so much for watching. What are your thoughts on the original 911? Do you agree it's perfect? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our next video. See you in the next one.